by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Imagine a future. The freight trucks that deliver bread and milk to our grocery store shelves, and the buses that take children to school and parents to work. Imagine all the heavy-duty vehicles that keep our supply lines strong and allow our economy to grow. Imagine that they produced zero emissions. Well, you all imagined it. That's why we're here today. Because we have the ability to see what can be, unburdened by what has been, and then to make the possible actually happen.
They know that we can't go there. Putin is trying to bait the trap so that we go in, and that's the beginning, could be the beginning of World War III. Putin totally irresponsible, using weapons that are not allowed under the Geneva Convention. Putin, who threatens use of chemical weapons, nuclear, and the rest. So they know that we can't, but it's the ask. Now, he was this morning more. If we can't have a no-fly zone, let us have our own, and we need the airplanes to come in. No. This morning he was less on the ask for the policy, more on let us do it, help us get the planes. But also there is a school of thought that thinks the anti-aircraft missiles and the rest are a very important way. Myself, when I see those tanks, that 40 miles of tanks, I'd like to take out those tanks. I mean, I think that them having more planes might be useful, but that I'm not a military strategist. We hope that we will be able to get up to a place. I hope. You asked me how. I hope that we can get to a place where the MiGs, which are the kinds of planes they've been trained on, can go to Ukraine. The F-16s, especially if we have an excess of them, can backfill for.
Father, before I begin, bless me, Father, for I'm about to sin. Well, I just want you to know, I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid. I married Dominic Giacoppa's daughter. Okay?
I'm sick of this stuff. We have to talk about it because the American people think the reason for inflation is government spending more money. Simply not true.
Now the Ukraine, and St. Patrick's name is now Zelensky.
Just days before Russia's invasion began, I went to the United Nations Security Council to lay out what we believed was about to happen. Again today, we have a strong sense of what Russia could do next. We believe that Moscow may be setting the stage to use a chemical weapon and then falsely blame Ukraine to justify escalating its attacks on the Ukrainian people. Manufacturing events and creating false narratives of genocide to justify greater use of military force is a tactic that Russia has used before, including in.
So we established a new civil rights cause of action for those whose intimate images were shared on the public screen. How many times have you heard, I'll bet everybody knows somebody somewhere along the line, that in an intimate relationship, what happened was the guy takes a revealing picture of his naked friend or whatever in a compromising position, and then, literally, in a sense, blackmails or mortifies that person. Sends it out, put it online.
Look, we're going to use the at least 59 people killed, at least 149 people wounded. Those numbers are going to go up. There's just no question about that. I mean, you have fierce fighting in a number of locations around the country. You mentioned Chernobyl. Russian forces quickly overtaking that area. We understand they are still in control. The other thing that went down today that was of huge importance was Russian paratroopers went into an airfield 15 miles outside of.
Refuse to go along with this, and I'm seeing through all of your lies, Barack Obama, you wicked, wicked devil!
Welcome back, everybody. Another night of Stick with Koolfrogg. It's just me. I don't know. Maybe somebody will come and join me if they're interested. Otherwise, it's just me. And we're going to talk about something that was considered a conspiracy for the longest time. But now all of a sudden is not conspiracy. It's actually truth. Now, we all know conspiracy theories take a little bit of time before they actually become the truth. Um, but usually, conspiracy theories come from something that could possibly already be the truth, and people are just negligent, ignorant to the point, and don't really care. With all that being said, I do have a few things that I'm going to share with you today. Not a lot, just a small little bit of stuff here. Let's see if I get the right one. Let's share this one here real quick. Remember this guy? Anybody know who this guy is? Oh yeah, it is Donald Trump. Just listen to what he has to say. Yeah, do you remember that guy? Remember him saying this? I remember him saying this. But there's an awful lot of people that don't remember him saying that. There's an awful lot of people that are just like, what are you talking about? He never said anything. Yeah, he did. He said a lot. He said a lot that a lot of people just ignorant to the point of not even caring what that he actually said anything. They just come up with some slogan, some saying, and they just get, oh, orange man bad. Yeah, well, this is what happens when you do that. When you don't pay attention to everything that's going on, and you just go off of what you want. So it seems as though what he had said there seemed to maybe have possibly come to the point of being true. You don't say. You simply just don't say. No way. Yeah, it's true. So here's dailymail.com. Psaki dodges New York Times, finally confirming Hunter Biden's laptop is real. Press secretary says president's son doesn't work for the government and refers questions to the Department of Justice and his lawyers. Well, of course she referred questions to the Department of Justice and his lawyers because she has no clue about anything. Not just this little thing, but everything. Listen to the woman. Every time that you actually go and you see her, she comes out on stage looking like Chucky, and she comes up there and she says, I'm going to have to refer your question to the Department of Justice because I have no clue what is being said because I don't pay attention and I'm not going to let you know exactly what's going on. Because if I'm paying attention and I'm letting you know what's exactly going on, you're in the know. And yeah, nobody needs to know. According to them, not a single person needs to know except for them. And they're going to keep it that way. They're going to do whatever they can to keep it that way. Well, guess what? All of a sudden, this comes up. So, bullet points. Psaki was asked about the laptop after the Times said it was verified emails that from the cache of files that appears to come from the laptop. Number 2, Biden was referred to a story of the laptop weeks before the election of the Russian plant. Number 3, Psaki herself referred to the Russian disinformation in 2020 when a group of former intelligence officials labeled it as such. 4, she gave only very brief statements when asked about the new development. 5, she referred reporters to DOJ and said Hunter doesn't work for the government. And last point, DailyMail.com had a computer expert verify the laptop months ago. Really? Now, you don't say. So you can see this article was updated today, or I'm sorry, yesterday at 7:15 Eastern time. So this article is old enough. It's been circulated. It's been out and about, and people have actually seen it. I'm not the first person to see it. You can see there's tons of comments on it, a bunch of shares. People actually wanting to get this information out to let you know, hey, guess what? This is actually something. And I'm not, and I'm not saying that Hunter works for the government, because he doesn't necessarily work for the U.S. government. But his dad does. I'm interested in what the big guy has to say. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki dodged questions about the new developments of Hunter Biden laptop saga Thursday, directing queries into the Justice Department after the New York Times and investigators confirmed the authenticity of emails appearing to be from the infamous computer. The matter came up hours after the Times referenced in the story about how the president's son had settled his unpaid tax bill amid a federal investigation. The report referenced emails between Hunter Biden and former business associates, which it said appeared to be from a cache of files that appears to have come from the laptop, which was cited as the source of a series of damaging reports in New York Post published weeks before the election. The email and others in this cache were authenticated by people familiar with them and with the investigation, the paper reported. Asked at Thursday's White House press briefing about the paper's authenticated information a year and a half after the original report, Psaki responded, I would point you to the Department of Justice and also to Hunter Biden's representatives. He doesn't work for the government. And that's totally true. He doesn't work for the government, but his dad does. And what did his dad have to do with this? His dad had something to do with something, because if it wasn't, then he wasn't being a very good dad. He wasn't actually there like he said for all of his children. He always said, I love all my kids. Hunter's the smartest guy he's ever known. Really? She is asked about the Times report on Wednesday, but DailyMail.com had computer experts verify the laptop months ago. She didn't offer much more when asked by DailyMail.com about her own labeling of the laptop as Russian disinformation in October 2020. Now, I'm not saying this is, I'm not trying to get, slammed for disinformation, misinformation, or any other kind of information. I'm just reading the news article that's actually out there. That's all that's happening, Susan. Again, I would point you to the Department of Justice and Hunter Biden's representatives. I'm a spokesperson for the United States. He doesn't work for the United States. Biden has blasted reports on the laptop in a bunch of garbage. There are 50 former national intelligence folks who said that what he's accusing me of is a Russian plant. He said, adding that 5 former heads of the CIA, both parties say what he's saying is a bunch of garbage. Both Biden and Psaki were referencing a letter from 50 top former intelligence officials saying the laptop stories had all the classic earmarks of a Russian information operation. The paper identified a cache of files that appears to have come from the laptop pertaining to Hunter's business dealings. Oh, this is a business dealing? That doesn't look like a business dealing to me. The laptop contained a trove of embarrassing images. That's the embarrassing image? What about that one? President Biden quoted for generations of family members at St. Patrick's Day events Thursday. whatever that had to do with this article is beyond me. Hunter Biden started Russian disinfo, dozens of former intel officials say. See, look at this. October 19th, 2020 is disinformation, which is totally fine. It can still be considered disinformation if we are right. This is Russia trying to influence how Americans vote on this election, and we are believing strongly that the Americans need to be aware of this. The officials wrote 4 years after the intelligence community interfered in the 2016 elections. However, the Times story established that government investigators had confidence in the last of the information uncovered in Hunter's laptop. However, bizarre, the story and how the information surfaced. The laptop resulted in numerous reports about Hunter Biden's business dealings and contained a trove of embarrassing photos. The original story in the Post stated that Hunter had dropped off his Mac at a computer repair shop in Wilmington, Delaware, but neglected to pick it up. Who needs to bring a Mac in to get it fixed? Usually you don't need a repair shop to fix a Mac. Usually Macs, they're pretty much, they're impervious to viruses and stuff like that. So there's no reason that this particular Mac laptop would need to be brought in to get fixed, other than the fact of what he used it for. The Times had cast doubt on the provenance of the laptop during its own reports. It also reported that prosecutors had examined emails between Biden and Devon Archer, one of the business partners in the Ukrainian energy firm Burisma, citing sources familiar with the probe. DailyMail.com authenticated the laptop a full year earlier and was the first and only news organization to publicly verify its contents using expert analysis. Isn't that some interesting bit of information that we have there? This information has been out there for over a year, and they've refused to bring it up. They've refused to actually look into it. They've refused to do anything to do with it. Why? Because the big guy had something to say about it, and he didn't want that to happen. That's exactly what it was. And we can hem and haw around it and be like, well, maybe it was something else, or maybe it was this, or maybe it was that, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was exactly what it is that we actually see. We see what's going on. We're not all stupid. They just assume that we're all stupid because they indoctrinate us in their education camps. Oh, this isn't going to allow me to share. It didn't let me share audio earlier on that first clip, did it? That's an issue. Let's do this. And go this way. I guess if the Trump audio didn't work at the beginning, it's not a huge loss, but at the same time, it would have been nice if one of you in my chat actually said something. Oh, look at all those super chats. Oh, never mind.
You asked about Hunter Biden's laptop. You also, in October 2020, dismissed it as Russian disinformation. Do you stand by that assessment?
Again, I'd point you to the Department of Justice and Hunter Biden's representatives. I'm a spokesperson for the United States. He doesn't work for the United States. Go ahead. Go ahead and... Oh.
You see that? Oh, go ahead. We'll just move on. Because he doesn't work for the United States, we don't care. Being that we don't care, we have to remember that. We don't care. When this actually comes up again in the near future, and somebody pretends that they actually care, I'm going to be very upset with the bullshit. Because that's just exactly what it is. Now, if you actually looked at the tag or whatever, I did put Hunter on there, but I also put in there, or on the thumbnail, it's the conspiracy theories. How long does it take for them to become the truth? Well, this one, about a year or 2 or 3 or 6. Why? Because they knew dang well that this kind of information would screw up something for somebody in particular. They did this on purpose and kept it from the masses because they knew exactly what it would do to daddy. We got to keep daddy in the good. So hide anything that comes from the family. And you know dang well anybody else that goes through anything that their kids do, anything that happens with their children, whatever, that's immediately, oh, look at their daughter did, or look at their son did, or look at this person did, you know, and they're related to, you know, this other person. It doesn't matter who it is. There was an article today that I seen from Sasha Obama, Barack Obama's daughter, shows off a belly button ring. And I'm like, do we care? Do we care? Does any of us really actually care about that? No, not a single one of us really cares about that at all. So, you know, again, this article, you know, the infamous laptop was confirmed on the New York Times early this morning, or early yesterday morning. New York Post picked it up. We just read the Daily Mail. There's an awful lot of different places that actually picked it up to this, and they're like, oh, we can actually talk about it now. And that's why I'm talking, because now we can talk about it, because it's not disinformation anymore. Right? I'm not trying to trying to push disinformation. I'm just trying to get the word out there that, you know, hey, this is actually a thing. This is actually something that has happened. I really don't have much more. I didn't have anything really planned for the day. I really did little to no work for the day because I was busy with child. I just don't have time. I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of things. So it's easy to pick up an article here or there and, you know, read it and let you know how I feel, give you my opinion. And, you know, I mean, shows may end up being closer to this kind of timing as opposed to an hour and a half, 2 hours, or whatever. Those 2 hours, those come in nice and handy when you got a lot of people on. If I get enough people that, you know, want to come in, join the show, yeah, absolutely. We could probably be sitting here for a few hours and talking about this. With that being said, I am the one, the only Koolfrogg. You can actually find me down below in the description. Hit the Linktree/Koolfrogg. There's lots of places you can follow me. You can follow me, you know, from Twitter to Getter to almost anywhere else, Locals, Odyssey, whatever. If you actually join and follow me anywhere, follow this YouTube channel. Go down below and subscribe. If you subscribe, you hit me up or anybody else that's actually linked in down below in the description. There's 3 other people that are linked in the description. These guys are my mods for here and Discord. They have rights to actually do certain things. And if you contact me or them, they will actually give you a link to actually get into my Discord so that way you can join us for regular everyday conversation. AmericaShirtsAreFirst.com. Promo code Koolfrogg gets you 15% off anything in his store. That being said, thank you, and thank you. Thank you for actually joining me. Thank you for watching my video. Let me know how you feel about this, about my videos. Leave comments down below. And hold on one moment. As we're signing off, we're going to actually say hello to America Shirts.
Hi. Sorry.
No, you're
I had
okay.
a issue came up
There's not a problem.
very unexpectedly.
We're running about 26 minutes right now. I read through the Daily Mail article on Hunter's laptop. We started off with a little clip of, I don't know if the audio came over because of the way I did it. If we actually heard Trump actually talking about it, and then we listened to what Psaki had to say about Hunter not working for the government. That was pretty much what that episode was. It was just a quick little. I didn't have time to do a lot of research today, to do a lot of whatever, and I figured, hey, whatever, we'll just do it on the laptop. Did you have any thoughts on that laptop? That they actually finally released the information 6 years later.
I mean, we kind of already knew what was in it
6 years ago,
based on like what everybody was already saying from it. I mean, there was that guy that had what is it? The computer guy that was there.
Yeah.
In I think it was Delaware, wasn't it? Right. And you know, just about everything that you needed to know. I think Rudy Giuliani really kind of put it out there of like, you know, what was in it, what they said, you know, what was said. There was that interview in Tucker Carlson before Biden was put in office. You know, the potato. You know. So, I mean, it's not really all that new.
It's not. It's just the new information is that they're actually talking about it and allowing us to finally talk about it, because they're like, oh, it's no longer Russian disinformation. Again, Susan, I'm not trying to spread disinformation or whatever. I'm just reading an article off the.
And why wouldn't they just call it Russian disinformation? Just keep it under wraps. Like they want to go to war with Russia, so just blame them for blame them for everything. Still,
no,
like,
right? Just keep blaming everybody else for.
Of course, I guess nobody's fooled at this point, so you know they gotta. I guess they gotta come out with it. But yeah, you can come if you're signing off, and I'm way too late.
No, it doesn't really matter. I have to learn to do the shows by myself if worst comes to worst, no matter what. So
yeah, well,
I did sign you out. I did say make sure that you go to AmericaShirtsAreFirst.com. Promo code Koolfrogg, get 15% off.
Well, there you go.
So that was actually put out there, and I told anybody that actually did decide to actually subscribe to the channel that if they subscribe, they get Discord links. They can actually contact me or anybody else in the description down below. They are my mods for YouTube and Discord. They can help you get links and whatever else you need to actually join our community. If you decide to join any other part of my community that I'm trying to form or whatever under the name of Koolfrogg, you hit up, Rumble, or you hit up.
Oh yeah,
Locals.
Go check out my Rumble.
Any of those, right? He's got it. There's links down below. That Rumble channel is there. Go down there, click on that Rumble channel. his stuff, America Shirt stuff, holy man. He came up and he got something good that he actually went and put out there, whatever. And he's picked up quite a few subscribers.
Yeah, yeah. People are interested in the Russia-Ukraine story, everything that's going on over there. Yep. So yeah, if you're interested in that and other things, you should head on over there. And of course here too, because we talk about all these things.
Right. Or right, you can just wait until midnight Central Standard Time and you can come listen to me and I'll tell you about it. Because eventually we talk about everything.
Yeah, we do. We talk about everything.
So all that being said, let's play this thing real quick and let's get out of here. Later.
Later, peeps.